Hi and welcome to Best in Tesla. So Tesla had a great new video for us at the shareholder meeting about the Optimus robot. And remember, Tesla didn't have anything just 1.5 years ago on the first AI day in 2021 when they just told us they would try to make a robot but had nothing yet to show us. And 1 year later, they had a working robot that could understand some part of the world around it. And Elon did say long term the Tesla bot will become the biggest part of Tesla's revenue. And the numbers are kind of mind-blowing, just as the pace of how fast the bot is learning. And I think that most people are underestimating how soon Tesla can have a useful robot doing work. But as Elon pretty much said at the shareholder meeting, it is all about the robot. So let's check it all out and let's dive right in. So when Tesla showed a robot walking on stage as AI Day 2, I was kind of blown away, because Tesla pretty much went from nothing to a robot that can walk by itself in basically something like 6 months. But not only that, they showed they could actually use their AI, their neural network from the full self-driving software, where Tesla is solving vision, as Elon also said at the shareholder meeting and in the interview afterwards. Nobody really understands how far ahead Tesla is in solving real-world AI, because Tesla has the best AI team in the world, according to Elon Musk. And he confirmed once again at the shareholder meeting that they are able to pretty much just take the full self-driving software that understands the very basic of the world around it in 2D and implement that into the brain of Optimus. And Optimus then have a basic understanding of the world around it. So this is a big advantage for Tesla over everyone else that's trying to make a humanoid robot. They have more real-world data than anyone else to solve vision. It of course needs to learn a lot more and understand the world in 3D, in a much more complex world of stairs and doors and handles and humans and much more. But Tesla does not start from scratch here, as they already have a very sophisticated neural network that is learning about the world. And now they showed us that first of all, they do have more than just 1 or 2 robots. They showed off 5 of them, but my guess is they have a lot more, because as we talked about before, whatever one of these robots learns, the others will know, just through an over-the-air update. And as you can see, they do have robots just walking around learning about its environment. We saw one of the robots walking outside, memorizing the area. So as you can see on that little map the robot has created by simply just walking around outside, a map that all the other robots will also be able to have in their memory. And they can also teach it how to do things by showing how to do it with this suit on. So there are so many ways they can teach this robot new tricks, but they also showed off a little video about the end-to-end manipulation. So they simply just show the robot what to do, and the robot figure out how to do it. Because Julian, who is a senior staff engineer at the Tesla bot, wrote on Twitter, Optimus performed its first end-to-end learned successful grasp today. This was learned from human demonstration. No task-specific programming was done. This means we can now scale quickly to many tasks. So the robot might still be a dumb little robot, but now Tesla can simply just show a task they want it to be able to do, and it will figure out how to do it. This is a pretty big thing in my opinion. But before everyone starts screaming about that a robot that can do your dishes is decades away, so we will not see a useful Optimus before 2050. Well, I would say an Optimus does not have to be a fully functional AGI robot that understands the world and all its complexity. A useful robot for Tesla could be one that just simply learns how to feed some of the big robots in the factories that are building the cars. A boring, simple job where the robot does not really need to understand anything else but what its job is, how to do it, and the part of the world it needs to understand is only that little 100 square feet of space in front of the big robot. So this is a task that would be pretty simple to teach the robot, as it doesn't need to know much about the world to do this job, but it can do it all day long and become very good at it very fast, because even when it has to charge up its batteries, it can continue doing the same job just in a simulation. As Tesla has shown us, they do have AI that can create simulations for the full self-driving software in only like 5 minutes. So of course it can do that for the robot as well. So the AI controlling these robots can do this over and over and over and over again and again in a simulation as well as in the real world, to learn these skills very fast. And when one has learned how to do it, they can just make an over-the-air update, and Tesla will be able to replace all the workers in their factories that does nothing but feed these big robots a sheet of metal, or put a wheel on a conveyor belt, or whatever it might be. This would still be very valuable for Tesla, even though the Optimus robot is basically still very stupid, as it doesn't know anything about the world. It doesn't understand very simple things that a 4-year-old child would do. But it doesn't matter, because all it needs to do is its job. Just a simple task as picking up the mail and packages that arrive at Tesla, and learning to understand who it is for by reading the labels and knowing where these different persons are located in the factory. It could also be a job the robot could do pretty easily in the not so distant future. Yes, it will be a long time before we have an Optimus robot that would be a great companion at home, helping with multiple jobs and understanding what you say and the world around it. But Optimus will be useful long before that happens. Maybe just for Tesla in the next many years, but that will only give Tesla more advantages and new ways of cutting down the cost of productions. Yes, it will take a long time to get to that AGI robot, but if you are here for the long term, and not just here for the rest of the decade, Tesla's Optimus robot with real AGI brain will become the biggest thing they will probably ever create. Because as Elon said at the shareholder event, what is even the market size for something like a working humanoid robot? Is every human going to want one? Or maybe they want two. So as Elon said, maybe the market size is 10 billion robots, or maybe 20 billion robots. Not millions like the numbers of the cars. No, we're talking billions with a B. Billions of robots. And what will a robot like that cost? $10,000? If so, depending on the market size. And because this could be used as a working robot to do mining in our solar system, or building colonies on Mars, or bases on the moon, I am leaning towards 20 billion in market size, as these humanoid robots will be able to do so many things for us we have not even dreamt up yet. So a market for about 20 billion robots at maybe $10,000 a piece, that is $200 trillion market with a T, trillion. So if Tesla can just get 10, 20% of this market, 20%, that would be $40 trillion. It would make the robotaxi business that ARK Invest is expecting to be worth about $11 to $13 trillion. And what Elon thinks would be the biggest wealth creation ever done by humans will look like a little sideshow for Tesla compared to the real humanoid robot and its $200 trillion market. And as we know, the most desired place for engineers to work is for Tesla and SpaceX. So Tesla gets to pick first, pick the whole team first, and then everyone else gets what Tesla don't want. So as Elon said, the one with the best team wins. And Tesla gets to pick first for their whole team, so of course they will have the best team. So of course they will win this one. In my opinion, it's only a question of when will they have solved it. The real humanoid robot, not just a useful dummy robot, but the real humanoid robot, is it in 5 or 10 or 20 or 30 years? It doesn't really matter. The only thing, as a long-term investor, is that it will happen at some point. And when it does, that will be all that matters. It is all about the robot. Everything else will look like a little sideshow before the real event. This is so mind-blowing that most people will just discard it as impossible or absurd. But that is kind of Tesla's speciality. Take the impossible and make it late.